Good afternoon, friends. Uh, we are going to start with cross-cultural intelligence and managerial competence. Today, in this lecture, we will discuss about cross-cultural intelligence and 12 principles of cross-cultural intelligence. After that, we will talk about managerial competencies and managerial competency third element. These are four basic points about which we are going to talk about today in this lecture. So start with cross-cultural intelligence. What is cross-cultural intelligence? We will discuss in this lecture today. Cross-cultural competence refers to your ability to understand people from different cultures and engage with them effectively. And not just people from the one culture that you have studied for years. Having cross-cultural competence means you can be effective in your interactions with people from most any culture. Being able to communicate and work with people across culture is becoming more important all the time. People are traveling, reaching out and mixing with different others like never before. They do it for fun, but they also do it for work. In all cases, success requires developing a relationship. You can take the example of today's scenario because of which this pandemic situation of coronavirus has emerged. As you are seeing that the due to traveling, due to interaction with the other cultures, we generally used to go in other place because of the livelihood, because of in search of the job, because for the fun, we used to go in other countries. But the pandemic situation came across because of this cross-cultural communication. This is the one aspect of cross-cultural communication. The cross-cultural competence helps you develop the mutual understanding and human relationships that are necessary for achieving your professional goals. As I have already told you that there are 12 principles of cross-cultural intelligence. What are the 12 principles? We will discuss here one by one in this slide. Number one, stay focused on your goals. If you are overseas for work, then building intercultural relationship is not just for fun. Because if you are going to other place, you have to live there for many times, for a long time, and you have to adopt that culture in your behavior. If you will not adopt that culture in your behavior, certainly you will not survive there and your work efficiency will be affected. So it is very necessary to stay focused on your goals. Building relationship will help you get your work done because you are at a new place and you have to interact with the others. Second point is understand the culture within yourself. Keep aware of the fact that you see the world in a particular way because of your own background, personal history, and culture. Certainly, here you can take the example of Indian culture, and if a person is going from Indian culture, he has his own history, his own pattern of life, his own pattern of living, and if he will go in America, he will have another pattern and another culture, but he has to adopt that culture in his behavior. Manner your attitude towards the culture. You don't always have to love the culture, but certainly as you might not be loving the Chinese culture, but because the food behavior of Chinese may be different with the food behavior of Indian culture, but you do have to keep check on your reactions to values and customs that are different from your own. Since you are vegetarian and they are non-vegetarian, then you have not to criticize that culture, but you have to keep in the values and customs. You have to honor that values and customs up, and you keep up your own culture in your mind. The first two principles can also help you manage your attitudes. Direct your learning of the culture. Don't expect a book or training course to hand you the answers. Try to make sense of the culture for yourself using the information you come across as clues, because you are in the field. No book is going to the help in how to behave with the others and how to honor the other cultures. Certainly you have to cope up with your own self. Develop reliable information sources. Find two or three locals to get answers from about the culture. Build the relationship so you feel comfortable asking about most anything. Check with more than one and compare their answers in your head. If you are going in Kerala and you are from UP, the culture of Kerala and UP is different. Then you have to find out two, three persons who can help to understand the local cultures of Kerala and who can help to understand, to establish there for to live you. Learn about the new cultural efficiently. You cannot learn everything about the culture before your trip by reading the books. Although everything is written, you can find everything on the internet, but you cannot learn without going on the ground of that region. It's unrealistic. Reading in the book, reading on the internet is not a real sense. You will get the real sense exposure when you will reach there and you will learn how they live and how they behave. Focus on learning a few things that fit your interest and use those to make connections and learn more while you are abroad. Hope build cultural surprises. No matter how much you prepare in advance, you will find yourself faced with people acting in ways that you find puzzling. When you do, try to find out why. Doing so will often lead to new insights. And the next is formulate cultural explanations of behavior. Routinely try to explain to yourself why people act as they do in this culture. It is a routine culture. The routine of Punjab is different from the routine of Tamil Nadu because of natural environment, because of the circumstances, because of the other things. The routine of certainly the routine of Himachal in Kullu Manali will be different from the routine of Tamil Nadu because of the natural atmosphere. But then you have when you are going from one place to another place, you have to adjust your behavior according to the routine of that culture. Using things you know about the culture to explain behavior will help you build a deeper understanding of the culture overall. And the next is take a cultural perspective. Try to see things from the point of view of the people from the other culture. By taking a cultural perspective, you may create a whole new understanding of what's going on around you. When take the example when we were in the Manali for the industrial visit and pleasure trip, the view of that in Manali was different from ours. It was a practical exposure to understand the cultural differences from Uttar Pradesh to Himachal Pradesh and the living behavior of the Himachal Pradesh with the Uttar Pradesh. Plan cross-cultural communication. Think ahead of time about what you have to say and how you want the other person to perceive you. Use what you know about the culture to figure out the best way to get that across. In the manner in which you are going to behave, the other persons from other culture will perceive in their mind how you are going to behave with them. This will certainly give an impression in their minds about your culture. Control how you present yourself. Be deliberate about how you present and express yourself. Sometimes you will be most effective if you are just yourself. Other times you have to adopt how you present yourself to the culture you are in to be most effective. This is your skill, how you are going to present and how you are going to behave. This is your presence of mind in before anyone, how you are going to react. Reflect and seek feedback. Uh, it always had, please be in mind, when you are behaving, talk to others. It will and take the feedback of your behavior, how you are having the behavior with yourself. This taking the feedback will help you to improve the relationship with your culture to others. This is this was the 12 principles about which you the culture can be understand. Now managerial competencies. Managerial competencies are the skills, motive and attitudes necessary to a job and include such characteristics as communication skills, problem solving, customer focus, and the ability to work within a team. If you are going in Tamil Nadu, the team, the behavior, the communication skill may be different from the UP. If you are working in the France, if you are working in the Japan, their behavior, their skills, their managerial competencies will be different from yours. So then you have to always keep in mind how you are going to behave with your managerial skills to solve their problems, with whom, with the teammates with whom you are going to interact or with you whom you are going to work. This is the managerial competency. While business have long been capable of analyzing and utilizing financial and other hard assets, the human assets involved in managerial competencies are harder to fit into an equation. While skills and knowledge are a part of manager's competency that can be measured fairly easily. Intangible assets like effective communication and teamwork, while essentials, are harder to pin down and evaluate. As I have told you, the last managerial competency, that is the third element of this managerial competency, is according to the Gwent Daily Post. Traditional wisdom says that success or failure is largely determined by your skills and knowledge. But there is a third element of success that more tangible, intangible. You know, there are two aspects of cultural differences. One is tangible, one is intangible. Intangible differences are that which you can feel only with your behavior. Your behavior is the intangible managerial competency in the cultural differences. The third element is ethos, or the mindset, attitudes, and beliefs that a manager brings to the job. A highly skilled computer programmer, for example, who refuses to interact with the with the development team on a major project, can turn out to be more of a liability than an asset in spite of his technical skills. Certainly, computer programmer may be very highly skilled, but if he is not compatible with the other team members, his skills are nothing, no worth, having no worth. This is this was the lecture of today's. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the next topic. Hope